Calaroga Shark Media.
From New York, where? Yeah, I'm talking to you. This is Ballot.
Today, Robert De Niro is protesting for some reason, and Trump sold his plane. Let's hit this. Well. Looks like Team Biden finally decided to get their hands a little dirtier in the Trump legal drama. By dispatching the one and only Robert De Niro to dogpile on the former president outside his Manhattan trial, they sent a clear message. No more Mr. Nice President when it comes to the Donald. In a delightfully off-script moment, the legendary actor didn't mince words, declaring Trump guilty and deserving of jail time, despite the jury still being out. Literally. You could practically hear the Game of Thrones-esque zinger writing itself. A Bronx Tale star says the king of comedy should be headed for the slammer. It was a stark departure from Sleepy Joe's usual hands-off, I didn't do the thing approach to Trump's escalating legal woes. But hey, when you need to cut through the noise and land some punches, there's no better hired muscle than a seasoned Hollywood tough guy like De Niro. Of course, the Trump camp wasted no time firing back at what they dismissively called Biden's desperate washed-up actor stunt. Can't say I'm surprised they tried to undermine De Niro's everyman appeal by labeling him an out-of-touch elitist. Because obviously real Americans only respect C-list celebrity endorsers, right? But my favorite part had to be De Niro losing his cool and calling the heckling MAGA crowd gangsters in that signature raspy growl. It was like watching his iconic "You Talking to Me" scene from Taxi Driver coming to life. Just replace Mirror with Trump supporters yelling insults. In that combative moment, you could easily envision De Niro slipping into one of his classic unhinged tough guy roles. Maybe Biden can get him to cameo as an avenging angel in the next campaign ad. All kidding aside, the Biden team's strategic deployment of a bombastic celebrity voice at this pivotal legal juncture speaks volumes. They seemingly calculating that the potential upside of energizing Democrats outweighs any risked backlash over politicizing Trump's trial. Whether it's a savvy gambit or catastrophic overreach remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, by letting Robert De Niro take center stage and throw a few metaphorical punches, Team Biden officially put aside the etiquette gloves when it comes to Trump's mounting legal issues. It's getting dramatic out there, folks. It seems Donald Trump was given an offer he couldn't refuse, and the Don has decided to part ways with one of his prized private jets, likely to help cover the massive legal fees and fines piling up against him. Selling off a Cessna Citation X for an estimated $8 to $10 million to a major Republican donor is a prudent financial move, albeit a symbolic one for the billionaire businessman. For a businessman who has prided himself on mastering the art of the deal, being forced to liquidate assets to stay afloat legally must sting. The symbolic weight of bidding adieu to a luxurious private jet exemplifies how Trump's legal turmoil has very real financial consequences beyond just mounting court fees. But every million matters when you're staring down over $500 million in potential fines and legal costs. Meanwhile, speaking to a room full of wealthy donors that he affectionately referred to as 98% of my Jewish friends, Trump promised to crack down on those pesky pro-Palestinian student protesters in a way only he can. His genius solution? I throw them out of the country if they dare raise their voices on college campuses. Because nothing says leading the free world quite like threatening to deport foreign students for exercising free speech. Am I right? Make campuses compliant again. But Trump didn't stop there with his hardline pro-Israel rhetoric behind closed doors. No, he went full, "You're either with us or against us," by vowing to set back the so-called radical revolution on campuses by 25 or 30 years, if re-elected. The Democratic National Committee just announced they'll be holding a virtual roll call to officially nominate old Joe Biden for president ahead of their planned convention festivities. Why the early digital consummation, you ask? Turns out the state of Ohio is playing some serious hardball with their ballot access rules. Their Republican Secretary of State basically told the DNC that unless they get Biden nominated before August 7th, he won't be appearing on Ohio's ballot come November. While the virtual nomination may not have quite the pizzazz of a raucous in-person roll call at the convention, the DNC clearly isn't messing around when it comes to checking those all-important ballot access boxes. So get ready for an incredibly on-brand virtual avail where party diehards will digitally cast their votes for Diamond Joe one by one from their basement Zoom rooms. Sure, it may lack the thrill of a sweaty convention floor, but hey, at least Biden's nomination will be legitimately legit come November. No word yet on whether he'll actually phone it in from his famously churlish, no malarkey tour bus. But you can bet there will be some top-notch virtual hoopla and Zoom gaffes galore as the Dems check this all-important box. Your move, Ohio Republicans. Portions of today's program were created with the help of AI. And AI can fly planes, you know? Anyone selling one?